This is my path, my journey. I'm willing to explain it all to you guys. No holding back anything. I just hope you're ready for the experience, and I just hope you can handle it.
What's up, guys? So I'm gonna make this video. It's kind of the topic that I just made on the video I just made, because I'm just in this like motivational type mood, man. Because I hit rock bottom the other day. I hit total rock bottom, and I guess not rock bottom as in like I'm doing pretty good, kinda financially wise, like kinda, I guess, whatever. But I'm realizing finances don't mean a goddamn thing. You know, like you can have all the money in the world and still realize, fuck, dude, I don't got shit. And it's because you really don't have shit. You know, you can have all this money, but you still don't have anything. You have paper. But that paper doesn't defy your happiness. That paper doesn't make you happy. Because you can hit rock bottom and not even necessarily be homeless, or not even, because my rock bottoms before when I was homeless, or when I was like completely broke, homeless, no money, no nothing, no this, no food, no like sleeping on a bench type shit. That's what I would call rock bottom. But also another rock bottom would be me the other night. I literally had a rock bottom moment, and it's like you could take moments like that and either totally just lose yourself to sadness, or lose yourself to the anger, or lose yourself into an abyss of nothingness, or you can grow from that. You can grow. We have the ability to grow just like a flower, just like a California poppy plant. How the poppy just grows, and it grows up from the ground. It has the stem, grows up, then it has the bulb, and the bulb starts to bloom, and then summer it blooms. Now, we have the capability to bloom. We all have the capability to become that beautiful California poppy flower, just staring at the sun, absorbing the sun's beautiful energy. A lot of us decide to, consume a lot of negative energy, a lot of things that we see on TV, a lot of things we see on just the music we listen to, or things like that. Everything gets consumed by our consciousness. So if everything gets consumed by our consciousness, then that means that the good, the bad, the happy, the sad, all that gets consumed. And all of it is a learning lesson. So it's like you can look at the moments where you hit rock bottom as moments where you just want to give up, or you can look at moments when you hit rock bottom at moments where you realize how life is, how tough this is, how tough the journey is going to be, and you realize how strong you really are. Because if you can make it through that, if you can make it through the pain, make it through the dark times, if you can shed light into the darkness, then anything is possible. I honestly feel like that's the point of life. I feel like we're supposed to go through struggles. We're supposed to feel sad. We're supposed to feel happy. We're supposed to have ups. We're supposed to have downs. If not, then there would be no point for any of us to be on planet Earth. If all of us were just peaceful, enlightened people all the time, then therefore, why the hell are you on Earth then? If you're just a peaceful, enlightened person all the time, in my belief, I think you would have been in the light dimension still and not on planet Earth anymore. This is a place of growth. This is a place of change. This is the place where you can decide to be who you want to be. I mean, yes, everyone has their own personality, their own character, their own self. But everything changes, including the self. So that means that you can change the self. If you don't like something, if you don't like the way your life's going, or if you don't like the way you are, you can make that choice to look in the mirror and change that. A lot of people don't even realize what's wrong with them, so therefore they don't change anything. And then, how can you change anything if you don't think anything's wrong? I don't know, then you have people that I guess expect to always be peaceful hippie all the time, or always expect to be that zen peaceful guy, and then when you lose your temper and lose your mind, everyone looks at you like a crazy guy. And it's like, no, that's not the crazy guy, that's the normal guy. I mean, that's just humans. Humans have ups, humans have downs. Humans get mad, humans get sad. If you don't express that, that's when it becomes a huge problem. If you're one of those type of people that feels anger but yet never expresses it, eventually that anger is going to come out. I don't know when and I don't know how, but I know that eventually that anger comes out. For me, my sadness turns to anger. So like ever since I was a kid, that's how it's been for me. So it's like every time I'd be sad, I would just put that in the back of my head and turn that into anger, and just over time, it just all catches up to you eventually. And eventually you have to realize that you're doing something wrong. For me, it was realizing that getting that mad all the time is wrong. You know, and it's not that it's completely, it's not like morally wrong to feel mad. It's morally wrong to take it out on other people. To take your anger and just blow it up on somebody else, that's wrong. Why don't you take your anger and look yourself in the mirror and blow it up on yourself? If you don't like something, change it. You don't have to continuously do what you're doing today. You can literally get up, change your life completely. But don't necessarily just go to escape your problems either. If you wanted to go to Miami for a vacation, you end up staying there for a while, and then you end up realizing, man, I could just stay here and avoid all my problems, I don't ever have to go back, then that's not fixing the problem either. That's not helping. That's adding to the problem, which is, you know, you're avoiding the problem. Each problem that we face has to be faced. Each problem that we have needs to be faced. And we need to face it head on. You can't continuously put it in the back of your mind, because then, you know, you start degressing instead of progressing in this life. I realized that each spiritual teacher has went through ups and downs. I mean, we don't necessarily hear a lot of the negative times that they've had, but as humans, we all know that they had to have if they were human. Like Buddha, Jesus, these are people that had to have had that anger, that sadness, that this, that, you know, they had to have had the whole thing, the whole package if they were human. Because the part that we see all the time is them preaching their love, preaching the positive vibes, preaching this, preaching that. But we don't never hear about their times where they lost their minds, lost their temper, lost this, lost that. Even though, I mean, common sense would say that it's happened. It's obviously happened to them because they were human. But we don't hear about that because that's really not that. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that, yes, some people have bad sides, other people have good sides. We all have bad and we all have good sides. It's just a part of all of us. But what matters is, what part are you going to let win? What part are you going to let shine more? Your good side or your bad side? The yin or the yang? You know, yeah, you have to have a balance, a complete balance. But that's the point. I mean, that's what Buddha came across in his life. I didn't realize this the other day until, you know, I watched this documentary, but Buddha was basically rich up until he was like 29 and decided to start the path of enlightenment type thing. But like when he could see the suffering that was going on in the world, he just, you know, he realized what was actually going on. But it still made me realize, like, damn, Buddha was rich at one point. Like, but then he gave it up to, I guess, pursue enlightenment. What about the people that didn't start off in this life as well off as Buddha did? Buddha started off so well off that, you know, his family sheltered him. But what if he started off well off with a non-sheltered family, with a family that unsheltered him and enlightened him and helped his enlightenment, not just kind of forcing him to go doing his enlightenment by himself? Because Buddha even had to leave his son and his wife, I mean, to seek enlightenment. If he never left his son and left his wife, we would never know the Buddha that we know today. So it just makes you think, morally we think today that if a father leaves their child, that's wrong. You know, I mean, morally, most people would just think, dude, that's wrong. You know, I mean, he should take care of his kid. But then when Buddha does it, and Buddha leaves his child to search enlightenment, it automatically becomes right. That's where I try to preach to people, right and wrong, there is no such thing. There is only what you feel in your heart. What you feel. Other people might not feel that it is right. But if you do, and you feel 100% in your heart and your soul that it is right, then it is right. It is what needs to be done. No matter what it is, whether it's, like for me, I'm starting my business and I'm starting my own LLC company and all these things. I gotta do all this paperwork and all these things and things like that. But it's like, these are things that need to be done if this is what I want. You know, if it's not what I want, then obviously don't do it and then just continue on doing what you're doing. But that's where insanity comes in. You can't just continuously do the same thing over and over again and expect that you're going to become enlightened or expect that you're going to become different than you were before. No, you got to try different things. You got to try new things. And if you fail at those new things, at least you tried new things. But I think I'm going to end the video right there. Man, I've just been in that motivational, like, mood today, man. Like, because I hit the bottom. I hit rock bottom, and then I just decided, fuck that shit. I could sit down and I could sit there and mope and be able to press to myself, or I could sit there with a smile on my face, motivation, dedication, stay focused, and just don't look back and keep moving forward. Because that's my plan, to keep moving forward. Thank you guys for watching. Till next time, peace.